you kind of mentioned earlier about the parts and materials, the quality of the parts and materials that you use. Now let's talk more about the parts and materials that you're using. Some folks like normally would see like $20 part online and wonder like why is your bill so much more than that, or how do you explain that to the customer?
Um, with the introduction of box stores, they their buying power is substantially better than ours. And so there's a lot of products from suppliers that these box stores would carry, as well as our wholesalers would carry. So we purchase all of our products from wholesalers, and sometimes customers will go to box stores and they can get very similar, if not the same products at the box stores. And it's strictly a matter of the size of that box store, right? So, there's absolutely no way my wholesaler can compete with a Home Depot or a Rona or any other companies that are similar to that, right? Nor can I. And in most cases, customers can buy the products cheaper than I can. And so, there's the difference between whether we buy it or the customer buys it is more about the insurance of the product. And when I say that, I mean, think about this as more of an insurance type of policy when you buy it from us versus you buying it from a box store. And so you go to the box store, you take time out of your day. And in most cases, people don't look at it this way, but the reality is you're going to take time out of your day, you're going to go to the box store, you're going to try to find the plumbing fixture, faucet, whatever the case may be, and you're going to bring it home. Then once you're home, the plumber shows up, removes whatever, assuming it's a toilet. So then the plumber removes the existing toilet and puts in the new toilet. And then there's a problem with the toilet. There's parts missing, or there's a crack in the china, or something else is going on, right? And so the plumber says, well, look, we just took this out of the box, and the homeowner witnessed them taking it out of the box. And they acknowledge that the toilet's got to go back. Now, box stores are great for returns. You bring that product back, so now you got to repackage it. If the box is still there, you got to repackage it, and they got to load it up in your vehicle or the rented vehicle that you just returned, and then you bring the product back and you stand in line and you wait at the return desk. You explain to the clerk that there was an issue with the toilet. They give you the refund, or they ask you to go get another, toilet. So you go get a toilet and you repeat the task. Load it back up, bring it back home. Now the plumber is either left site and needs to return the next day. You've had to take all that time to go there, get it, bring it back, repackage it, right? You have to do all that type of work. And now the plumber's not there. Now you have to reschedule the plumber to come back. You don't have a working toilet. So if you have a big renovation on the go or whatnot, you got to wait for the plumber to get back. And then when the plumber gets back, he already gave you a price to do the work, or he's charging you per hour. And so not only did he charge you to install the toilet, remove the toilet, the broken one, now he's going to reinstall the new toilet, and so he's going to end up charging you, or she's going to end up charging you for that toilet installation once again. And so you've done it
Right.
twice. And so the insurance policy I'm talking about is, yes, you will pay us a little bit more than what you would pay the box store. No question about it. However, the
Right.
value, the insurance that we provide far outweighs the savings that you would get by buying it at the box store. And what I mean by that is we're the ones that go to the suppliers to pick it up. We're the ones that bring it to your home. We're the ones that are going to install it. And we're the ones that are going to repackage it if there's a defect. And we're the ones that are going to bring it back to the suppliers, to the wholesalers. Pick up a new one, bring it back, reinstall it, and you're still going to get it all done for that same price. So the unknowns are gone. The second thing is, in some cases, in almost every case, when you buy something from the wholesaler versus a box store, is there's manufacturer's reps. So we can get the manufacturer's rep to show up. And why is that important? Well, it's less important for a toilet because you can take the toilet, lift the toilet off, put it back with minimal disruption, right? But, and a faucet, let's say a kitchen faucet or a basin faucet, not so much, not that difficult. You can remove it and you can put it back in. But if you've put a shower base in and you set it in mortar and you started your walls and you notice a defect in the shower base, well, now your choices are redo all the walls, stop the project, slow everything down, rip the base out, and that's what you'd have to do if you went to a box store, because they would want that base. And the likelihood of you having that box, to repackage it, that only God knows whether or not you still have it or not, right? It could have got damaged, whatever the case may be. But if we supply the product, especially a shower base, and we've started, the drywall has been installed and the tiles have been installed, and we've noticed a defect, well, we're calling the manufacturer's rep and they're sending a crew down to fix the shower base. Because the quality of the product, as I mentioned earlier, is above the minimum standard. So the products that we install can be fixed. And the beauty here is they can be fixed by the manufacturer in the same location as they were when we noticed the defect. So in other words, the tiler, the drywaller, the drywaller can continue putting his drywall up, taping. The tiler can go ahead and put the tiles up, or the wall system. Same thing goes for faucets. In the wall, the shower faucets, anything that would be concealed within the wall. There's a problem with the faucet. We're getting the manufacturer's rep there. We're getting them to figure out what's going on. That's their faucet. They stand behind their faucet, and that is that insurance factor that I was talking about earlier. The other thing to note, there are very similar products, wholesale versus retail. And any of the manufacturers that you talk to, they will tell you that themselves. There's going to be slight differences, not in every case, again, but in most cases, there's a slight difference between the product that you would see at a wholesaler and the product that you would see at a retailer. And those slight differences, in most cases, I couldn't tell you what they are. You probably couldn't tell what they are, but you end up noticing it when you need to get the part to repair that particular faucet, that particular toilet, that particular whatever, vanity, whatever the case may be, that particular pump. And so there are slight differences, and getting and repairing the faucet in 5, 10, 15 years, or the toilet in 5, 10, 15 years is going to be a little more difficult than going to the wholesaler and getting the product right from the wholesaler who gets it directly from the manufacturer's rep. And could you get it on your own through the internet? Again, I'm going to say yes, you probably could. But again, you need to factor in all of that additional cost in getting those parts.